and I think that slowly is grabbing on more attention worldwide as well. The whole lean startup movement works more or less in the same way. Yeah? You deliver a minimal viable product. In the case of the Amazon Web Services, we would deliver a simple version of the service first, and then work very closely with our customers, to actually take the product in the direction where you want it to go. It's a very important strategy for Amazon, and I see this working now slowly with many other companies as well. And so, for example, CloudFront is one of those examples. Here you see, in October of 2008, we launched CloudFront, which was a simple CDN at that moment, and the major innovation in CloudFront at that moment was actually the business model. Yeah, we delivered a CDN, as there were many more CDNs at that moment in the world, but all those CDNs required you to sign long-term contracts, yeah, with a cap on how much capacity you could use, and if you would exceed that cap, you would actually get severe penalties. Yeah? That's where these CDNs made their money. And so we changed that whole world by offering a CDN, a simple CDN, but with a pure pay-as-you-go business model. Yeah? You do not need any long-term upfront commitments to use these servers. You can use it anytime when you want. Now, and so we've shown that over time, then we've started adding features to CloudFront that now make it a fully fledged, pretty feature-rich CDN that many of our customers can use for all sorts of different functions, including live streaming of TV. So this is sort of the wish list of our customers for 2010. We'll quickly run through that. Something that I won't touch on in detail is, for example, new instance types. We launched both a micro as well as a maximum big engine kind of mini CPUs, high memory kind of instance type. The quadruple XL, I think it's called. That's sort of my size. And so, but there's two other types actually that we launched that I'm actually really proud of. It's one of the cluster compute instances. Those have two of the latest HPC style processors in them, and customers can build a placements group with those cluster instances, such that they all sit on the same interconnect, and you can do all sorts of HPC style computation with it. But the main innovation, I think that was innovative enough, there was a main innovation that happened after that, is actually we started adding GPU boards to that. And everybody in the industry has known that GPUs, and especially general purpose GPU programs, so GPU, by the way, GPUs are graphic processing units, yeah, for case I was getting too enthusiastic there. So we've always known that these things could serve very fine-grained parallel computing. And but no enterprise really wanted to invest in it because it was pretty early. The programming models were things that were changing. How do these algorithms map onto it? And we started offering these kind of boards as well in our cluster compute environment. So you get one cluster compute instance with two NVIDIA boards in it, each with 500 cores. So now you have a 1,000-core machine available to you to do high-performance computing. And there's tremendous interest from all of the industry, not only doing HPC, but doing video processing, all sorts of other things. And it's amazing the kind of innovation that we're driving there, because these boards were not available before. Yeah, of course, pricing is something that is really important to Amazon. Yeah, we know that 10 years from now, you're not going to say, oh, we love Amazon, we wish they were a bit more expensive. So driving costs down is really important to us. Yeah? And this is something that comes out of our retail roots as well, where we used our economies of scale to actually drive costs down, to drive pricing of products on the website down. We do the same thing in AWS. Whenever our customers help us to create additional economies of scale, we will immediately turn around and let our customers benefit from those economies of scale. Yeah, for example, you as customers have been using increasingly more bandwidth, and as such, we were able to negotiate much better bandwidth deals earlier this year, and it meant on July 1st, we made all incoming bandwidth free. And in all the other tiers, we actually dropped cost quite a bit as well. And there are some of our customers that for this month will see a 40% drop in their bill. And we will continue to do this. We will continue to drive costs down by using our economies of scale and then passing those benefits back to our customers. And we'll also do some technology development. For example, traditional Amazon S3 runs at 11 nines durability. Customers came to us and said, that's all very nice, but I don't need that durability. Because actually these objects that are put in S3, I can regenerate them. Or I have them stored somewhere else anyway. So aren't there a way that you could actually lower our cost for us? And so last year we launched reduced redundancy storage, which gives you 4 nines of durability at a lower cost point. And so we continuously do these things. And actually there's 3 different pricing models in case you didn't know. So one of course, the standard on-demand pricing. But there's also customers that run 24/7. So they asked us for something that we could help them with there, which is what is called reserved instances. So in exchange for an upfront commitment, we will lower the price over up to, I think, 40% of the original pricing. So this is something that definitely customers have that will be running a steady base over the whole year. Quite a few customers are actually combining reserved instances with on-demand capacity, where they use as their base service reserved instances, and then for flexibility on top of that, they'll be using on-demand. But we launched a third pricing model in the past year that kind of caught everybody by a bit off guard. And so that's called spot instances. That's where you can set your price. You can set the price that you are willing to pay. We maintain a spot price, and if that price drops below the price that you've set, we will run your instances for you. And if that price rises again, we'll take your instances away. Yeah? It's not for every type of mission-critical enterprise computing, but it works really well in a whole range of areas. And for us, it was really exciting to see what was going to happen there, because we didn't really know on forehand how customers were going to use that. And now we are kind of about a year into this. It is very exciting to see what folks do this. The bidding strategies that people have developed are pretty sophisticated. Maybe put it like that. Yeah, so how does spot pricing look? So if the normal pricing is around 8 cents, I think, for a small instance. A typical spot price runs around 2.7 cents. So that's substantially lower than the on-demand pricing. There's a few different architectures that I see that folks are using. MapReduce is one of the architectures that can work really well with spot pricing, because you keep your name nodes as, for example, on demand, and you keep your worker nodes as spot instances. Sun Grid Controller, or is it Oracle Grid Controller, works really well with this. Folks are building queue-based architectures. Basically, you put a lot of work on the queue, then you fire up workers as spot instances. They grab work off the queue, work on that. If they don't complete, because the spot price was rising, then work appears back on the queue again, and you'll take it again. So quite a few sort of also video transcoding and things like that engines work like that. And then, of course, there's the traditional sort of checkpoint restore environments for those who do want to do long-running computations on top of this. A whole range of customers use this, different use cases, and especially, I think, MapReduce areas is really starting up, because we've really closely integrated Spot now also with Elastic MapReduce, and you can easily build Elastic MapReduce jobs that now make use of Spot. And for example, University of Melbourne, I think, was able to drop their cost to something like 27% of their original cost by just using Spot instances. Another area that we made a lot of progress in the past year that customers have asked us about is more information, more transparency about how actually Amazon's data centers operate, and the kind of procedures and controls that we have in place there. So let me first skip forward to this one. SAS 70 Type 2 audit. If you guys are really familiar with SAS 70, then that's a sort of an open-ended framework. So we decided to take the COBIT set of controls and use those. It's a standard set of controls that basically deal with everything from physical security in the data centers to what happens if this disk breaks? What is the procedure around the data on that disk? How does it get destroyed? Who handles it? What are the procedures around that? And all of those kind of things are described in detail and how those controls